think is going out there right now. And I was just waiting for food. I'm just like everybody else. In a while, everybody goes there. And so that was kind of the thing. It was like, no, we gotta, if you're ending the night, you end it at Grub Bus. But other than that, I don't really have any like crazy information. I don't know why everybody's reaching out to me. I don't know why so many people are trying to spin things around. Is that I'm only commenting on things that are like ridiculous, so try and give clarity. But man, people are really turning this into something it's not, because there's a lot. And I'm also shivering. It's cold. I'm in my truck. Yeah. So I wanted.
It's good to give the ring because who knows what these.
Specifically, one being the news article that came out was the first person that I actually like talked to with the news media. A lot of media outlets have reached out to me, and I've just ignored them because I just was like, man, I just was waiting for food. Like, I have nothing to add. I've given all the helpful information I can to the police. It would make zero sense for me to give any more information to random people. But these rumors that are going around were just like crazy, and I didn't have a bad vibe from the guy that people were dragging through the mud. I don't know if he did it or not. I don't know.
You don't know if he did it or not. Are you trying to say people were asking you if you know he did it? I don't understand you. I'm sure you got a lot of heat for that, and that is not right. But I'm not asking you if you did it or not. My question is, what was going on in the grub truck? You said you don't have to answer random people anything. I do agree. Whatever you told the police. I don't think you told the police enough, otherwise people wouldn't have been ruled out so much and so quickly. You say you did not know John Jack Showalter Jr., but yet you were standing and talking to him like you were best friends. You seem to be everywhere in the near the grub truck, running around, actually not running around, walking around, playing with your Coca-Cola can, giving signals with the Coca-Cola can in your thumb. You are watching what number 9 was doing. So clearly, allegedly, you are standing right there. You know what he put in Maddie's mouth. Joe Vito, I'm searching for justice for these 4 innocent victims. I'm not harassing you because I don't contact you. I wouldn't even call you to give me an interview. But I'm just analyzing what you're saying doesn't make sense. You said clearly at the start that when you heard about what happened, you called the friend that you met from the grub truck, that is John Jack Showalter, and you asked him, was it those girls who got killed? That's trigger warning. That's the word you use. And he didn't know about it, strangely enough. John Showalter went to school with Bethany Funk and Dylan Morton in Boise, Idaho. Be aware of that. I'm not saying you know the girls, but he knows the girls well. So when he's telling you he doesn't know if it was the girls that were killed, lie number 1. Most of the people around the campus of the university and who live in the university knew around 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. We have heard that in interviews clearly. I don't understand why you sound so defensive and so arrogant, I'm being honest. But talking about the girls being drunk and intoxicated and all that, is that all you could remember? Why didn't you explain to the police what was put up in Maddie's mouth, allegedly? Some people say, oh, it was a chewing gum. I never seen somebody who has to go to a corner, wave to someone, exchange something with them, and then put it up in Maddie's mouth. That is not a chewing gum. Those are the people clearly who are defending Joe Vito and who are defending John Showalter, because nobody wants to get to the truth, or they don't want us to come near the truth of what happened that day. There are clearly 3 unidentified male DNAs, 1 glove outside. Inside edition said that there were 2 that was found inside the house. One of them was actually behind the picture of the good vibes picture. So for a fingerprint to get there is kind of strange. You can see that in inside edition. I tried to tell someone that on a chat, and they're like, no, that wasn't said. It's actually said in inside edition. It's said in Independent, the Independent newspaper. If you go to many other newspapers, you see it. But inside edition, and I will put it in my clip once again. If you'll go to my previous clips the last month, you will see the inside edition clip. So that is from the news channel. So there was clearly 3 unidentified male DNA's fingerprints in the house. 2 inside, 1 outside. I'm not saying it's Joe Vito. And I don't believe Joe Vito was near the area. I don't know. Just like he said he doesn't know if John Showalter killed the girls. That's not what we're even talking about. But Joe, my issue with you is you're not straight out. You're not telling the truth. And you don't seem to show much empathy, and it's really sad. Because I remember you mentioning you had a daughter. These girls were somebody's daughters too. These girls were somebody's sisters. Ethan was somebody's son. This is a tragedy. Please, show some empathy. They have families watching you. We could clearly see that the girls were intoxicated, especially Maddie, may she rest in peace. But you don't need to put that out loud and say, they were drunk, but I wasn't. This is no competition. You were in the corner club. When you saw the girls had enough to drink, you should have told the bartender to stop serving them. I would have done that. Save a life. And then they come to the grub truck, the girls, and something is put in their mouth. Really sad.
And I thought he was fine. Now, the news outlet that I talked to, I mean, he really embellished some stuff I said and added his own words to things and kind of changed the verbiage. I wasn't defending anybody. That's one thing he said. I wasn't defending him. I was just saying people need to stop spreading rumors because that could ruin his life. What if he's innocent? Need to stop spreading rumors because that could ruin his life. What if he's innocent? It would ruin his life.
If you think that those words could ruin, or rumors could ruin Jack Showalter Jr.'s life, what about you just saying 5 minutes ago that I don't know if he killed the girls? Aren't you putting out a bad reputation for the young man? I haven't mentioned that at all. I haven't said that anyone of you all killed the girls or anything. God forbid. I didn't say that. I said that what was going on in the grub truck, what was being put on inside people's mouth. And that is not rumors, Joe. That is seeing is believing. My eyes are not deceiving me. If he was putting something innocent in Maddie's mouth, he would have done it in the public. He didn't need to go to the corner, give someone something in their hand that looked like money. It wasn't the ticket. Get something off the person and then go and put it in Maddie's mouth. So don't sit here and say that people are spreading rumors, because it seems like many people had issues with you from the beginning of this case. That's not only me, because most of the people are seeing that there's something wrong over here. And the reporter, you said, twisted your words. I don't think so. You are the one who always said that the man is innocent. What if he's innocent and you're ruining your reputation? You told the reporter yourself that he's a friend of mine. He didn't have anything to do with this. So decide. You need to decide. Once you say you know John Showalter, you don't even call him by his name, pretending that you don't know him. But yet again, you have his number and you called him next day and you said, did you hear the girls who got killed or not? That's your own words, not my words.
Stop spreading rumors because that could ruin his life. What if he's innocent? It would ruin his life. The other thing he said is that I noticed him come in with the girls. I didn't notice him come in with the girls. I didn't notice him.
Excuse me, Joe? Second lie. Red flag, guys. Notice what he said. You didn't notice him coming with the girls. Of course you noticed him coming with the girls. Because we noticed you coming with the girl with the white jacket and the guy with the long hair and beard who seemed to be carrying each other and laughing at the girls. What are you trying to say? You don't think people would actually analyze your BS? I'm really sorry to use the word, but I haven't said anything wrong. Because this is all BS, nonsense. You knew that the girls came with John Jack Showalter. I will tell you how you knew. It wasn't packed there. You looked, you turned, and you saw them all walking in. John Showalter started talking to you. You started continue talking to him like you knew him. When John Showalter was looking at the girls and the girls ran away from John Showalter, they ordered their private drive. Wasn't you the one who pointed out the finger and said, oh, the girls have gone? And then he ran after the girls. He got upset. You said that yourself. I don't know how the police ruled you all out in the grub truck. I got heat for the grub truck. I don't think so. Until I get my point across, I'm going to actually analyze each and every one of you. Because guess what? I keep on repeating it. 3 unidentified male DNAs were found in the house. I saw somebody in a chat saying yesterday, oh, it could have been BK's. It ain't BK's. And I read it in the newspapers. It isn't BK's. Because common sense would tell you if BK was one of the 3 unidentified male DNAs, believe me, the police would have been so happy they would have announced it. Because they want to get everything they can get on BK. They would have said it's Brian Christopher Koberger's DNA on the glove outside, example, and out of the 2 unidentified male DNAs that were found in the house, the other one was Brian Koberger too. Don't you think the police would have a field day by saying it? So let's think. We caught Mr. Joe Vito lying here. He said, I didn't even notice that the girls came in with John Jack Showalter. He said he doesn't even know John Showalter, but yet again he called him the next day. We didn't see them exchanging numbers. This guy is lying.
Anybody? That's one thing he said. I wasn't defending him. I was just saying people need to stop spreading rumors because that could ruin his life. What if he's innocent? It would ruin his life.
How do you know he's innocent?
The other thing he said is that I noticed him come in with the girls. I didn't notice him come in with the girls. I didn't notice when I cracked the joke to the frat guys because I thought it was ridiculous that it was like freezing outside and that guy was in a tank top. So that's how I make friends. I don't know. But that's when the guy chimed in and I noticed him. I didn't notice him until that moment. When I was at Corner Club, when I said ew, some people were like, what? That's such a weird thing to say. Why would I? That's what you say when you're standing talking to friends and somebody really drunk, like they smell drunk, they're like bouncing around, and they
even
into you and like rub up against you. Like that's what it's gross. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I mean, you can even see in the Grub Buzz video, she walked between us several times and just couldn't even walk straight. That girl was very drunk. The only one that I thought was really drunk.
Joe, what would make you say that about somebody who's actually murdered? Seriously, what would make you say that? Or just drunk and and yes and yeah. What are you, a child? Have some shame. I really mean it. Have some self-respect. Have respect for the dead people. Nobody finds it funny. This was like a couple of days after the girls were killed. And this is what you say about victims? No, you shouldn't do that. You should say, may they rest in peace, justice for them, condolence to their family, and try and help the poor families to get justice. You have Maddie, Madison May Morgan, may she rest in peace, his mother, father, stepmother, loved ones, friends, listening to you. How do you think that makes them feel? You need to check yourself into some counseling. Do some emotion therapy. You really need that. That's just a piece of advice. Learn to respect the dead. Gross is what you're using for young 20 years old girls who lost their lives so badly. You are protecting John Showalter by saying good about him, lying and saying you don't even see them coming in. I'm going to prove to my viewers by taking it to the grub truck video and showing them when they walked in, how John Showalter came directly to you after 2 minutes. Or 2 seconds, was it? You were sober, they were intoxicated. You said that yourself, and we saw that. So why were you letting number 9 and the guy who was shirtless, why were you letting them run around, do whatever they're doing towards the girls? Even if Maddie asked for it. You're sitting here trying to make yourself look good. Oh, I just had one drink. But the girls were too drunk. They were drunk. I wasn't drunk. How arrogant is that? You're talking about people who lost their lives. Were you all bothering the girls? All of you? Why was Kaylee taking a picture of you? Allegedly. What happened in the corner club, Joe? Where was Jack D? Kaylee's former boyfriend. What did Adam say to whoever he said it to? Wonder what you told the police. Oh yeah, I went to buy some food like I usually do. And then I saw the girls, yeah, the one in the pink, she was intoxicated. She was falling around and all. Is that what you said? You didn't tell them the truth, that something was passed on and put into Maddie's mouth. I hope Ann Taylor finds all this out and brings you all to the witness stand one by one. Nobody's spoiling John Showalter's reputation. Nobody's spoiling your reputation. You managed to do that by yourselves.
Was very drunk. She's actually the only one that I thought was really drunk. And she was the only one I noticed at Corner Club because she had bumped into me. Another thing that was weird is that the guy who was interviewing me from the Daily Mail or whatever it was, he said glass-eyed, and I was like, sure, yeah, like that. I didn't actually...
Which at this point...
So I didn't know what color the car was. It was dark, and I just felt like when I told the guy, I said it was a dark car, I couldn't remember what color it was. And I think when I was at the police station, I couldn't remember what color it was. They asked me to. And yeah, so but the Daily Mail guy was like, no, you need to like, was it blue? Was it black? I was like, I can't remember if it was blue or black. I can't remember. He's like, we'll just say dark colored car. And I was like, okay, blue or black. I can't remember. He's like, we'll just say dark colored car. And I was like, okay. I was like, I think it was a 4-door sedan, but this guy got out and was like, hey, let's go. What's going on? Because the girls were making videos and laughing, and they were trying to grab all the food. Every time food was coming out from the grub bus, they were just trying to grab it. And they thought it was funny. And it was a little funny, but they were trying to grab all the food that was coming out. And when I went up and I talked to the guy at the grub bus, I said, did you just give them food? Because he just said, here you go, like that, and gave them food, and then they ran off. I actually told the grub bus, I was like, that was really nice of you. He's like, yeah, they just need to, they need to get home. And I was like, yeah. They were trying to climb into the grub bus. So
We need to go back and check the grub truck video more clearly. Because if I'm not mistaken, when Kaylee and Maddie ordered the food, Vito, in case you weren't paying attention, Kaylee paid with a card, with a Visa card. I was seeing her touching her card. Am I wrong, guys? Please leave it in the comment. Lies just seem to be flying out of his mouth. Kaylee paid for the food. They didn't get free food. It was even written in the newspapers. Was it one macaroni or cheese or something that they ordered that the girls were going to share? They were just trying to grab all the food as a joke. And I believe they're trying to grab the food because they felt like they waited forever and they just wanted to go home. So, Joe, you need to check that. I don't know what the guy told you, but I don't think they got free food. I saw Kaylee touching a card.
Into the grub bus. So.
Oh, stop that. They didn't.
Drunk.
They didn't try. Yeah. I watched the whole 4-hour grub truck video, the grub truck Twitch video, and Vito, I haven't seen the girls trying to jump in or get into the grub truck. This is your second mistake here. Kaylee paid for the food with her debit card, and I will show you all that. You should be busy talking about number 9 and you and the Coca-Cola can. This man is really arrogant, talking bad about dead victims. And this was like literally 24 hours after they were killed. You and John Showalter was up to no good because you know each other. And you're lying and you said you did not know him. Then you forgot yourself and you said, oh, when I heard about it, I called him. If you don't know a person, how do you have his phone number that you said you messaged him? And then later on you said, I called him. And I told him, was it those girls? And he said, no. Was it those girls who got killed? No, he said. John Showalter needs to be spoken, but he needs to be investigated by the police again. So do you, Joe. So do all the people in the corner club. Since the intoxication started from the corner club, led to the grub truck, something was put in Maddie's mouth, allegedly. You couldn't remember what color car that drove them, but that's okay. Because the police know the color of the car. Look at him making up stories on his way. His eyes are always in one corner.
All I could think about was pasta. I couldn't think about... I didn't give any other thoughts. I didn't think anything else about it. Yeah. Some people have said that, like... I've seen some people say, like, oh, I think it's suspicious how much Joe remembers. I'm realized that those were the girls that we saw there. I tried my best to remember everything and recount it from that night because I knew that it would help in the investigation.
If you really want to help the investigation, explain to the police what was happening in the grub truck. There was too much actions, too much movements. We're not blind. You, the guy with the long hair, the girl with the white jacket, you're all were looking 24/7 at the two girls. Like you're on some kind of watch out. And then you said another thing, guys, another lie, or another red flag allegedly, is Jack Showalter and Joe. I feel like laughing. Didn't they come from the corner club? He said he doesn't know the girls and John Showalter, but the corner club is really small. He was with all those people in the corner club. So he managed to say that the girls were intoxicated, especially Maddie. May the rest in peace. She bumped into him. You all heard that clearly. This is a local place, the corner club, the grub truck, the private drivers. They all know each other. And now he's acting like, if I knew anything that could help the police, I would have helped them and told them, come on, mate, you ain't telling the truth. You ain't. I'm really disappointed with the arrogancy, especially talking about these poor girls when their families are watching you. That is not correct. That is not right. Have respect for the dead. Show empathy for the dead and the living. These are young girls. They could be your young sisters. Respect them. You said you have a daughter. These are somebody's daughters, Joe.
It would help in the investigation. Some people said, oh, Joe might have been the suspect.
You must have made up the video. You must have paid some high-tech cinematographers.
You feel thoughts. I didn't think anything else about it. Yeah. Some people have said that, like, I've seen some people say, like, oh, I think it's suspicious how much Joe remembers. I'm an adult. Like, as soon as I realized that those were the girls that we saw there, I tried my best to remember everything and recount it from that night because I knew that it would help in the investigation. Some people said, oh, Joe might have been the suspect. Dude, I have cameras in my house. I literally have the time I walked in my house. Oh, Joe might have been the suspect. Dude, I have cameras in my house. I literally have the time I walked in my house. The girls were still alive.
Joe said that he was at home. He has cameras, well and good. And he said the girls were alive. How would you know? We didn't ask you about your cameras. Tell that to the police and the FBI. But why would you say the girls were alive? The girls were alive when you were at the food truck club, or whatever it's called, no, corner club and food, grub, food. I don't know what's it called, the grub truck, yeah. The grub truck. My bad. Why would he say the girls were alive? Notice how his eyes keep on going to the left. He's trying to go into his thoughts and find out what to say so it wouldn't look suspicious, allegedly. That's my belief and my thoughts. This is for entertainment purpose only.
And I have the can of soda that I had in my video, have it in my hands, walking into my house. So, yeah, it wasn't me, I promise. That I was excited about, like, a claim to fame or something like that. What is wrong with you? That's such a disgusting thing to think. Like, who would be excited about this? I've literally ignored everybody. Like, everybody. The only reason I even answered the Daily Mail guy at first is because he showed up to my friend's house. Like, physically showed up to my friend's house.
I don't think that's crazy, because the Daily Mail guy must have seen what I am seeing and what most of us are seeing. That's why he came to you. You said you came with the Coca-Cola can at home and the cameras can see you. Why did you mention the Coca-Cola can? Why was your thumb giving signals? Wait, just hold on. Need to go back to his grub truck and show you all exactly what I mean with the can. 1 second. I wanted you all to pay attention to Joe. He's standing near the girl with the white jacket. Maddie's here, may she rest in peace. Look at his Coca-Cola can. Now y'all can tell me what he's doing with his thumbs, because he ain't massaging himself. That's a signal. You see? He gave them the signal, now he's gone to them. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. He keeps on playing with that Coca-Cola can when he's giving out signals, and then the rest of the time he holds it in his hand. See? And now he'll go to John Showalter. He said he didn't even know when John Showalter came in. Look at the lie. He's gone to see what number 9 is bringing. Watch this. Watch this. Joe. Look what Joe is following. Joe, stop lying. You can clearly see what's happening here. Look at this. Look at Joe. Joe turned away now. Even the guy in the cap and the girl, they turned away because they saw what happened. They're talking and pretending like nothing happened. There you go. Mr. Nine did whatever he was going to do. All these people are involved. I don't mean involved in unliving the girls. I mean they know what was happening. And John Showalter and Joe were in the corner club together. Look, he's talking to him, you see? They're passing jokes. And the guy without the t-shirt. Then we have the doppelganger of Inan. She said it's not him, that's his clone. So I apologize, Inan. No hard feelings. This is for entertainment purpose only. Watch what's going on here. So Joe has the Coca-Cola on the left-hand side, look. He keeps on holding it like that. Watch what's happening here. If he wasn't going to drink the can of Coca-Cola yet, say for whatever reason it's cold and he doesn't want to drink the Coca-Cola without his meal, wouldn't you take the Coca-Cola last? How come you don't see anyone else carrying drinks? The people are getting their drinks with the food. He said he doesn't know John Showalter. Look at them smiling and laughing. And these are two homies, two amigos. They're watching out for the girls, allegedly. Yeah, look at that. Look at these two tapping each other on the back and all. Would you do that, guys, with someone you all don't know, that you all just met? These are two homies that know each other well. Maddie feels uncomfortable near them. I can really see her, poor girl.